Shalom, 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 shalom. Shalom, shalom. Giving all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah. Man, I want to give a shout out first to the 12 tribes that scattered abroad, the 12 tribes of Israel that scattered abroad. How y'all doing today, man? How y'all doing? You know, we back with Genesis chapter 11. We finna get on, get to explain about the Genesis chapter 11, get the good breakdown on that. What the Spirit give us. Yeah. How was everybody's Feast of Tabernacle? You know, mine was, I got a chance to enjoy the last couple of days. I sleeping in my backyard and enjoyed it. Yeah. It ain't much I did for the feast, but just chill in my backyard. Throw some offer up a good offering. Savior, drink offering, meat offering. You know, just celebrate the tabernacle. Had a good time. Now we're back. Why? Yeah, we back. Why? I say, just want to give all praise to the Most High God for allowing us to see this day, for allowing us to get through this day, a beautiful another day. Beautiful another day. But anyway, yeah, we're back. We're back. Everybody get your King James Version with the Apocrypha. Pull out your Bible. Let's get this thing started. We're going to get into Genesis chapter 11. Like I said, we're moving along. It's going to take its time. You got to stay diligent. Got to stay diligent for the word, man. We have to. Because he can take that spirit off you. He can take that spirit off you, boy, anytime. And just snatch it away from you. And that's something that we all don't want. That Holy Spirit lead you because you done. You just done. So we're in the book of Genesis chapter 11. This is the book of Genesis chapter 11, verse 1. But before we start, did you know, okay, we did Genesis 10. And Genesis 10 is talking about the generation of the sons of Adam. And we broke down Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And as we went through it, we come to find out that Japheth was the Roman. They was the European people because they colonized in that area. That's where Japheth went to, in that area. They took the Isles, like what it said. They was the nation of the Isles. What the Gentiles, they call them, I think that was in chapter 10, verse I'm in the wrong area. It's got to go back to Japheth. We talked about Nimrod, all them Ham children, but the Japheth is verse 5, Genesis chapter 10, verse 5. By these were the Isles of the Gentile divided in their land, everyone after his tongue, after their family, in their nation. Well, that was the Japheth. Like, they went into the Isles. Like, Europe over there in European. They took over that. Japhet took over that. And that's the question to ask. A good question I had my aunt had asked the other day about, well, if it described Japhet them as that, the European people, well, who is Esau? That was a good question. And I guess as we go through it, we'll figure it out. Who is Esau? But we know that Japhet, well, like I said, that was the Table of Nations, chapter 10, breaking down the sons of Adam, Shem, Ham, and Japhet, breaking them down. So now we're going to begin in chapter 11. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 11, and verse 1. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. Now the whole earth had one language and one speech, meaning everybody talked the same language, everybody had the same speech. So everybody understood what everybody was saying. From Shem, Ham, Japhet. He said, and the whole earth of one language was of one language and of one speech. Everybody talked the same way. Verse 2. And it came to pass, as the journey from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. Now the land of Shinar is where the land at Nimrod called himself, building other cities there. That's the name. Land of Shinar is better known as it would call Babylon. Was it Babylon? No, it wasn't Babylon. Hold on, let me find it, because I don't want to get y'all nothing wrong. The land of Shinar. It says Shinar is a biblical term for a district of Babylonian. It was Babylonian in Mesopotamia, identified with Sumer, the southern part of the Oliver Plain between the Tigris and Euphrates River. So that's the land of Shinar. It was better known as Babylonian. And it said, and they dwelt there. So, and it came to pass, as the journey, verse 2, it came to pass, go off this port, queen. And it came to pass, as the journey from the east, as they journeyed from the east, that they found gold. And they, what did it say? That they found a plain in the land of Shinar. So they found a plain in the land of Shinar, like a land, but a plain, not a big plain, like a countryside, a plain. Matter of fact, let's look the definition of plain up. How about that? Get a better understanding of what we talk about. Plain, not decorated or elaborated, simpler or ordinary in character, having no prestige, not remarkable or special. A plain, honest man with no nonsense about him, good plain food, used for infusion. I'm finished with you. The plain. Plain is something confused with plain. They got a whole lot of definition. And I'm trying to find the one that I'm looking for, because it's talking about a lot of plains. But the plain I'm talking about is the plain. Here we go. Plain, plural noun, plains. A large area or flat land with few trees. That's a plain. That's the one I was looking for. So they settled in the land in Shinar. They found a plain and they settled there. So, my concern right now, it said the whole world. At the beginning, it said, and the whole world was one language and of one speech. And then verse 2 said, and it came to pass. And it came to pass, meaning it happened, as they journey, as they. Who is they? I guess he talking about all of them. Shem family, Ham family, and Japheth family. As I say, and they. It ain't mentioned no special person or no special nation or no special or no certain people. It ain't mentioned on that. It just said they found a plain in the land of Shinar and they dwelt there. Verse 3, and they said one to another, go to, let us make bricks and burn them thoroughly. And they had bricks for stone and slime had they for mortar. So they got together and they said, we're going to get some bricks, some slime, make some mortar. And they had bricks for stone. They had the brick for stone, and the slime had they for mortar. Verse 4. And they said, go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. So they decided to build a tower to go up to heaven. Up to heaven. They want to build a city and a tower, and the top reaches unto heaven. And it would make, let us make us a name. They want to make them a name. And least we be scattered abroad upon the face of the earth. Least they be scattered abroad upon the face of the earth. So they had a name and they'll know who they are. Remember, they all speak in one language. They all speaking the same tongue right now. And they trying to build this city with this tower in it to reach unto heaven. Let's keep going. Verse 5. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men built. So the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which were the children of man built. Now, who are the children of man? Okay, he say they are with the children of man built. Now, the children of man built this city, and the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of man built. Verse 6, and the Lord said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they began to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do. So God said the children, they became as one. They are people as one. And they have all one language, which we had already know that from the beginning, from verse 3, 4? Now verse 1, when it said they all had one language, one speak. So they all had one language, one speak, but in this they began to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Verse 7, go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord was saying, let's go down and confuse them. That's why it's called Babylon, because the Lord came down and brought and confounded them and changed their language up. Let's keep going. It explains itself. Verse 8. So the Lord scattered them abroad, just like they said, for at least we be scattered. So the Lord scattered them abroad, meaning he scattered them out just like he scattered the 12 tribes abroad the four corners. So that's what he did to them. Still all of them being in one place over here in Shinar, in this land of Shinar, where they find this plane, the Lord fit to scatter them all up. Because Nimrod already took over and started building these cities, right? And they all up under Nimrod, because Nimrod was a mighty soldier. He was a mighty soldier, and he was running over there in the Shinar. He was running it. So verse 8 again. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. So they never did finish the city. The Lord scattered them. And he went, verse 9. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. So the Lord scattered them all around. The sons of the what it said, the sons of man, the one we're building. So that's got to be Ham and Japheth, the sons of man. It might be some of Shem too, because all of them is not sons of gods. He said, verse 9 say, therefore is the name of it called Babylon, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth. And from this did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. So he sent them that way, them that way. He just scattered them abroad because they was all on one language and understood each other. And they was building a tower to reach to heaven. Verse 10. These are the generation of Shem. Now we get into Shem. The Shem is the progenitor or the Semitic, I think I'm saying it right, Semitic people. That's the so-called African, even Esau in there. The Arab, the Japanese, the Chinese, them the Semitic people. These are the progenitor who Shem of. It say, these are the generation of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begot Aphrad 2 years after the flood. This Sham's first son, Aphrad, 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after he begot Aphrad 500 years and begot sons and daughters. So Shem lived 500 more years after he had his son. And he begot more sons and daughters. But pay attention. I told y'all about the lineage, what God choose. It's a lineage God going down, he choose. And in verse 12 said, and Aphrad lived 530 years and begot Salah. So Aphrad, Shem had Aphrad. Aphrad, I know I'm not pronouncing the name right, but bear with me. Aphrad lived 530 years and begot Salah. So Aphrad got Salah. This the Shem, Aphrad, this the third generation of Shem. Verse 13, and Aphrad lived after he begot Salah 403 years and begot sons and daughters. And Salah lived 30 years and begot Eber. Eber is where Hebrew come from. Let's keep going. Eber. This is the bloodline. This is the chosen line that God is choosing to going down. Shem, Aphrad, Salah, not Eber. And Salah, verse 15, and Salah lived after he begot Eber 403 years and begot sons and daughters. So Salah lived 403 years and begot more sons and daughters. And Eber lived 400, verse 16. And Eber lived 400, Eber lived 430 years and begot Peleg. Eber lived 430 years. So that's 430 years and begot Peleg. And Eber lived after he begot Peleg 430 years and begot sons and daughters. So Eber was 860, because it said Eber lived after he begot Peleg. Oh, he lived 400 after he got Peleg. It said Eber lived 430 years and begot Peleg. So he lived 430 years. 430 years. And then he turned around and Eber lived after he begot Peleg 430 years. So that made 860 years and begot sons and daughters. And Peleg, verse 18, Peleg lived 30 years and begot Reu. And Peleg lived after he begot Reu 209 years and begot sons and daughters. And Reu lived 230 years and begot Serug. And verse 21, and Reu lived after he begot Serug 207 years and begot sons and daughters. And Serug lived 30 years and begot Nahor. Who is Nahor? We finna find out. Nahor leading down to, I don't want to give everything away, but this is the line where we finna come all the way down to Abraham. The chosen line where God chose. You see, he's not jumping all over. They have more sons and daughters. It's a certain lineage that he going down to bring these Hebrews, to make the Hebrew, because Hebrew wasn't him. We wasn't called Hebrews right there. Right now we wasn't even called Hebrew. But it's coming. Verse 22 again. And Serug lived 30 years and begot Nahor. And Serug lived, verse 23, and Serug lived after he begot Nahor 200 years and begot sons and daughters. And Nahor lived 29 years and begot Terah. This is, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, Terah, but this Abraham's father. And Nahor is Abraham's grandfather. So Nahor lived 29 years and begot Terah. And Nahor lived after he begot Terah 119 years and begot sons and daughters. Verse 25. And Nahor lived after he begot Terah 119 years and begot sons and daughters. Verse 26. And Terah lived 70 years and begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Now they're the three sons. Them the three sons of Terah. Abram daddy. He had Abram, then he named one of his sons after his daddy, Nahor, and Haran. Now, verse 27 say, now these are the generations of Terah. Terah begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And Haran begot Lot. So, Abram's brother Haran, I guess that's the younger brother since he at the end, he begot Lot. Now, we ain't going to push forward because all this going to come and tell you who all these people are coming from. But this is the lineage from Shem, from the Semitic people on down what God had chosen from Shem. We came from Shem all the way down, from Eber all the way down to Terah and Abraham and his two brothers. Verse 28, and Haran died, the baby brother died, before his father, Terah, in the land of his native, in Ur of the Chaldees, and you are Ur of the Chaldees. Now, Abram's brother Haran, he died. He died before his father passed away in the land of his native. You know, Abram from the Chaldees. Chaldees, that was Abram from. His daddy was a Chaldees, so that made him a Chaldees. You know, Abraham, he is not the progenitor of the Hebrews. He's not a Hebrew. He ain't even started the Hebrews. But we're going to find out how the Hebrews started and when they started. But like I said, he from the native of his father, the Chaldees. Verse 29, and Abram and Nahor took them wives. Now, Abram and his other brother Nahor, they took them wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarah. And the name of Nahor's wife, Michelle, the daughter of Haran, the father of Michelle, and the father of Ishka. Now, Nahor's wife was the daughter of his brother Haran, who the father of Michelle. So he married his niece. That's what it's saying. And the name of Nahor's wife, Michelle, the daughter of Haran. Haran is Nahor and Abram's brother. Them the three, because Haran, remember, that's the baby brother. He died before his daddy in the land, in the land of his native. He died. So Nahor took his daughter and married his niece, the daughter of Haran, the father of Michelle, and the father of Ishka. These are his niece and nephew. Now verse 30, but Sarah was barren. She had no children. Abraham's wife was barren. She couldn't have no children. Verse 31, and Terah took Abram, his son, and Lot, the son of Haran. Wait. Okay. It's a Nahor wife, Michelle, the daughter of Haran, the father of Michelle, and the father of Ish. In April, hold on. It say Haran begot Lot. And then it say Haran, Nahor's wife, Michelle, the daughter of Haran. So if she the daughter of Haran and Haran begot Lot, the Lot must be the oldest son. And then Michelle, and then Ishka. Hold on. Let me check something out real quick. I just want to look at some. What verse that is? And Bethu begot Rebekah. This is that's it. Cause Genesis, check this out. Genesis chapter 24, verse 15. Check this out. And it came to pass before he had done speaking that, behold, Rebekah came out, who was born to Bethuel, son of Michelle, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother. with her picture upon her shoulder. So Lot, Michelle, and Issachar was the children of Haran, Abraham's brother. So we is right. Verse 30 said, but Sarah was barren, she had no children. 31, and Terah took Abram his son, and Lot, the son of Haran, his son's son. And Terah, this Abraham daddy, took Abram his son, and Lot his grandson, Abram's nephew, the son of Haran, his son's son. His son's son. So Terah took his son's son, Lot, and Sarah, his daughter-in-law, Abraham's wife, his son's Abram's wife, and they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of the Canaan, the same land God promised Abraham to give him, the Canaan. And they came unto Haran and dwelt there. So Terah took his son Abram, and you know something, they never did say they never did say about his other son Nahor. But Nahor was married to Michelle, his brother's son, his brother daughter. Nahor's wife, Michelle, the daughter of Haran. But it say Terah took Abraham his son, and Lot, the son of Haran, his son's son, and Sarah, his daughter-in-law, his son's Abraham wife. And they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan. And they came unto Haran and dwelt there. In verse 32, and the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. It never said nothing about his son Nahor, but he said he did took his grandson Lot and his daughter-in-law and his son. And that was the end of that chapter 11. That was the end of chapter 11. Like I said, y'all can read it back over and try to get a better understanding, because I am. Because I didn't see what I had just read. I don't know what happened to Nahor, and Nahor married his brother's daughter. But other than that, like I said, y'all just read over it and, meditate on it. It'll come to you, just like me. I'm bobbing at the end now, but I know he gonna open it up for me. It ain't just too much. I'm just trying to figure out what happened to the other son who supposed to be married his niece. That's it. That's all I'm just trying to figure out. Because he ain't say nothing about Terah took them. He just said Abraham, his son, and Lot, the son of Haran, his son's son, and Sarah, his daughter-in-law, his son Abraham's wife. And that's all it said. It ain't never mentioned Michelle or Nahor anymore about that he took them with them. But I want to just, give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, for giving us this opportunity to read Genesis chapter 11 and go over it. I know I probably ain't give her too much good understanding, but live at a time, man. We ain't going to get it all at one time. Maybe we're going to have to go back and read over it. Just like I'm going to do a recap on Genesis chapter 10. I'm still on that. Because that table of nation is big. Real big. It leads you where all the people is and demonstrate who the people is, and we're going to find out who exactly Esau is. We're going to end up going back to Genesis chapter 10 when they get to breaking down who is Esau, when Esau come into this world. Because all I knew what Esau was, I thought he was the same as Japheth. Come to find out, that ain't true. That ain't true. So, like I said, family, I just like to give all praise to the 12 tribes that scattered abroad or the four corner. And I hope that we finally just come together, man. Finally come together and keep God's law. Keep God's law. And with that being said, man, you know, I say y'all read over chapter 11. Y'all can keep going reading. I just do this just to try to give folks a start and a head start, especially me. I'm still drinking milk. I ain't eat meat. I know some things, but I don't know enough. Still at it. But shit. Like I said, man, that was Genesis chapter 11. We'll pick up with Genesis chapter 12. And we just keep going. That's it. Let's close out, man. We want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach. Thank y'all, man, for giving y'all ear. With that being said, Kwame Yasharala, y'all have a blessed day.